Welcome back. If you're here again, it tells me something important. You're not content with being average. You're not looking for entertainment. You're looking for wisdom. You're looking for the kind of psychological strength that makes people think twice before approaching you, speaking to you, or underestimating you. You're here because you want leverage, the kind of leverage that doesn't need to be spoken, because people feel it the moment you enter the room. Today, I'm giving you 5 deeper secrets the powerful use to stay 10 steps ahead, mentally, emotionally, and strategically. Let's begin. Most people try to look strong by reacting fast, yelling, arguing, showing anger the moment they feel challenged. What they don't realize is this. Every time you react instantly, you show your hand. You show your weakness. You show that someone else can press a button and control you like a remote. But power doesn't exist in reaction. It exists in restraint. The person who pauses, observes, and chooses their response is the one carrying real danger. When you stay calm at the exact moment others expect you to break, people start looking at you differently. They don't see calmness. They see calculation. They see a mind they cannot predict. And unpredictability is intimidating. A controlled person is a dangerous person. A dangerous person is a respected person. Ask yourself, do you control your impulses, or do your impulses control you? And once you've mastered your impulses, you enter a new territory. You stop explaining yourself. Weak people over-explain. They justify every decision, every action, every emotion. They're terrified that someone might disapprove of them. They chase validation without even realizing it. But the powerful don't justify. They decide, they act, and they allow results to speak. Over-explaining is a form of insecurity. It's a silent plea for acceptance. When you stop explaining, you start communicating something different. I don't need your approval to move. Silence becomes clarity. Silence becomes confidence. Silence becomes strength. Ask yourself, how much of your life is spent explaining instead of executing? And that leads us to the next layer of influence, secrecy. Here's what most people never understand. The less you reveal, the more people imagine. And what they imagine is always more dramatic, more intense, more powerful than anything you could ever say out loud. Mystery forces people to study you. It forces them to guess. It forces them to respect boundaries they don't even understand. When people can't read you, they can't predict you. When they can't predict you, they can't control you. And what cannot be controlled becomes intimidating. Never reveal everything. Never give full access. Never let the world know exactly who you are. Ask yourself, what parts of your life should remain unseen to protect your power? Once you understand mystery, you unlock the true nature of influence, boundaries. Weak people avoid setting boundaries because they fear being disliked. They fear tension. They fear losing people. So they tolerate disrespect, small insults, broken promises, and manipulative behavior. But the powerful understand something crucial. A boundary is not a wall. It is a definition. It defines who you are. It defines what you accept. It defines how you must be treated. Without boundaries, you cannot command respect. Without boundaries, you cannot set the tone. Without boundaries, your presence carries no weight. You cannot influence a world that doesn't know your limits. Ask yourself, where in your life have you allowed disrespect simply because you feared creating discomfort? And now we arrive at the final secret in this set, detachment. Most people live with emotional chains tied to outcomes. They depend on approval, attention, validation, or specific results going their way. And because of that attachment, they are easily controlled. The world manipulates the desperate, but it cannot manipulate the independent. Detachment isn't about coldness. It's about clarity, making decisions without fear, without pressure, without desperation. When you no longer fear losing something, you finally become free to think strategically. A detached mind doesn't get manipulated. A detached mind doesn't break. A detached mind moves with precision. Ask yourself, are you acting from a position of clarity or from the fear of losing something? These 5 secrets aren't meant for the average person. They're for people who want presence, dominance, and psychological advantage in a world that rewards the bold and devours the weak. If you want more knowledge like this, deeper psychological insights, more strategies, more power, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and stay tuned. We're just getting started.